Welcome back to the Imaginary Gallery. It is TJ, your host. Tonight's trash talk discussion will be regarding having an intimate relationship with a cluster B creature or narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, whatever you want to call it for your situation. While researching for this video, I figured I might as well find official definition for relationship. I looked at dictionary.whatever and it says relationship: the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. The state of being connected by blood or marriage. The way in which two or more people or organizations regard and behave toward each other. Relationship doesn't really cut it, because relationship in that term could simply mean the cashier that you see every day at your grocery store, the server that serves you every Friday when you go to Winstead's, or the teacher that you see every day for abnormal psychology class. Those aren't really deep relationships. Those are simply two people relating. I'm your student, I'll sit here and listen to you. You're my teacher, you will grade my test. But we're not discussing that. We're discussing the next word that goes into it, which is intimate relationships. If it's your teacher and it's a witch, you can simply go to class and then leave class and forget all about it. But we're talking about the intimate relationships, the one you're dating or marrying. It's a little deeper. I found an article on Psychology Today's website about 6 essential traits of a healthy, intimate relationship, which states that relationships are a lot healthier if you do a lot more than just show up. They state many centuries ago, Aristotle described 3 key features of humans. We're driven to make meaning in our lives. We're able to self-reflect and self-evaluate our progress in life. And we are highly social creatures who seek relationships with others, whether platonic, erotic, or familial. Most of us are not content to go it alone for too long. Another insight that he emphasized was that to be truly happy in life, we must have healthy, intimate relationships. We are only able to flourish if there are others in our lives for whom we care. It's not enough to simply know the faces or names of your neighbors, baristas, or colleagues. We must endeavor to connect and bond with others. Intimate relationships are the glue that often keeps us or our worlds from falling apart. Most of us believe we must matter to others in order to truly matter to ourselves. Active engagement, not passive observation, produces joy. We'll skip on down to the 6 attributes that a healthy relationship must possess. Number 1 is meaning. Must be derived from the romantic relationship. While there may be those people out there who are fans of the catch and release brand of hookup relationships, if a relationship's going to be real and to grow, it must provide a deeper sense of meaning, not just a means to temporarily gratify your sensual desires. Number 2, personal growth. Is actively engages partners in mutually rewarding relationships. Not only do you grow as a couple, you also grow as a person in a healthy relationship. Number 3, goal sharing will arise naturally when a relationship grows into deeper union of 2 independent individuals. There's a gigantic difference between dependency and interdependence. However, without interdependence and shared goals, the couple won't be able to generate that important couple identity through which the best of both individuals can be developed. Number 4, requires that the partners give back and willingly accept from one another. If only one member of a relationship is willing to yield over time, the potential for long-term commitment withers. Number 5, expression of our true natures. This one is vital. If we are unable to be authentic and honest with our partners, our relationships will never deepen into intimate, substantial connection. Intimacy allows partners the safety of risking naked honesty. And the last one, number 6, is deep engagement in life and the world around you are refreshing rewards to be found in meaningful, intimate relationships. Most everybody can relate to that sense of wonder and awe that a new love can offer. Every experience with a new partner can seem like it's the first time that any couples ever experienced what you two do. Food may taste better, the sky may look bluer, despite the chemtrails, the grass is greener, or the snow's fluffier. Whatever the season, it's the best you've ever enjoyed. But one of the main parts of this that stands out would be the number 5, as far as being authentic. And that's where you run into the problem with the cluster B narcissistic monster. You can't have a real intimate relationship with these people. That's the conclusion that's been drawn because, as number 5 states, for a relationship to be healthy and intimate, it would require that both parties are open and honest about who they are, what their desires are, how they feel, what they like, what they don't like. And the problem is, when you're dealing with the cluster B creature, this person is not authentic. It is a person wearing a mask. Behind this mask could be some kind of rotten, nasty, evil creature that doesn't care about anybody really and does horrible things to others, keeps them all compartmentalized so they don't know about one another, and carries on like this for long periods of time. Let's just take that type of person and say that you meet them and you are attracted to their beautiful face. Well, great. When you spend your time with this person, if you're a non-disordered, non-manipulative person, you're probably going to open up a little about yourself, express your feelings about this, your desires about that. If the other person, say, doesn't share your same viewpoint, that may stimulate a conversation. Like if you say, oh, I love that baseball team, they're so good, and your partner feels otherwise, you may open up a discussion, a debate. The person may say, really? You think that team's good? What about this time they did this horrible thing, and what about that? There'll be a healthy discussion where you may think, oh wow, I never knew that, and it may think, oh well, I never knew that either. And you can think and grow and progress as individuals and as a couple. So, why, you may ask, is it not possible to have an intimate relationship with Cluster B creature? Well, let's take a look at it. We just discussed what a healthy, intimate relationship would consist of. Well, when you're dealing with this masked individual, let's place it on the observation table. You've got you, who's genuine, who likes this thing that happens this evening, but you don't like that thing that happens this evening, and you share that openly. You're an open, honest person. Well, that's one half of the equation. The other half is this creature who could be anything. It could be a murderer, serial rapist, it could be any kind of sick thing, but it's pretending to feel the way you do. Right there points out an obvious problem. One of you is authentic, the other is fake. Put those two together and what do you get? Well, it looks like a predator relationship with the prey. The predator's pretending to be like you, the prey, luring you in for more time together. But the fact that this person is fake, mirroring you, it means you don't know what the real person underneath is really like. It's fake. For you it's real, for them it's fake. Plus they have the advantage over you because you may, during an intimate conversation, reveal how terrified you are of spiders, for example. And of course this person may say, oh, I'm scared of spiders too. But again, it's not authentic. The key word in relationship is relate. Well, you can't really relate together if one of you's real and one of you is fake. That summarizes this order. The order would be two of you, whether you're the same, similar, or different. You talk together, you compare viewpoints, and you discuss. In this case, that doesn't happen because you're dealing with basically an actor who's pretending to be whatever it's pretending to be. Also, in an intimate relationship, there's something called risk. Like if you mention something that you really don't like, and this other person holds what you don't like sacred, you're risking that person saying, how could you say you don't like Queen Elizabeth? How dare you call her a cannibal, even though she is? By revealing to this potential partner, you're risking rejection. Well, that could end your communication together. And if you're dealing with a cluster B creature, they have some agenda in mind for you. So even if you do say something like that, say he loves Queen Elizabeth, he might just laugh with you and say, oh, I think she is a cannibal. It is funny, and leave it at that, even though underneath it's thinking, how dare you say that about her? And then this brings me to a song lyric, which kind of crazy because this band isn't normally known for their insightful song lyrics. It's ethereal, shoegaze, dreamy, beautiful music. The Cocteau Twins, but they do have one song that I did hear, clear, decipherable lyrics, of which are really fitting for this type of discussion. Plus, throughout my own life, when I've listened to it and experienced the various things I've experienced, I've thought, wow, she's really insightful in this one. And it makes me think that I have an idea of what she was going through, but I'll go ahead and just read the parts that apply. The song is called Half Gifts. Elizabeth Fraser states, it's an old game, my love. When you can't have me, you want me. Because you know that you're not risking anything. Intimacy is when we're in the same place at the same time, dealing honestly with how we feel and who we really are. That's what grown-ups do. That is mature thinking. Well, I'm still a junkie for it. It takes me out of my aloneness, but this relationship cannot sustain itself. Did you hear what she said? You gotta be in the same place at the same time. So if you've got this murderous creature who's got 6 other lovers behind your back but is telling you, oh, I'm single and I only want you, and then you've got you who really is single and giving this person a chance to step into your life, there's disorder there. It's not going to mix. And obviously the other person clearly has some other agenda in mind to use you for something because, face it, they're wearing that mask. If you bring up something that is true about its life, like, oh, I can't stand those whores over there. They date a different person every week, and that's exactly what you're with. Well, it's going to be, oh, I think those people are terrible too. Even though, before you two dated, it had 6 different women the night before, 6 nights in a row. But, oh, that's not how it is, because that might ruin its agenda. That's what you're dealing with. Disorder. So if you're not in the same place at the same time, it's just not going to work. What I have seen in experience is you may meet a person who does this mirroring stuff or goes along with whatever you suggest, and you think, oh, well, that's good so far. You may make love. You may take your clothing off and be intimate physically. And a lot of times these creatures will do that a few times and think that that substitutes the need to remove that mask and explain who they really are. That doesn't happen. They can't. Because they know already on some level that if they were to tell you who they really were, you would be out the door immediately. And they can't have that. That ruins their agenda. Another problem that can occur is you may meet such a person who maybe you think is inauthentic, who is seeming to like everything you do. You may just think, oh, well, maybe this person's so intelligent they just don't talk about it a lot, which is a common pitfall we fall into. Because they don't really offer, like you may sit there one evening and offer 10 different viewpoints on 10 different things with passion, engagement, and then when you hear the other person talk, there's like, oh, well, I think that's good. Oh, I like that too. Oh, I feel that way. But they don't offer anything themselves. I've been involved with such people where at the beginning you give them a pass because you figure, oh, maybe they just don't open up quickly. Once it's been a few years and you start to stop and notice, wait a second, I've been interacting with lots of people throughout these years. With strangers, I've struck up conversations about specific things, and yet, strangely with you, you don't really talk about anything in depth. You don't sit there and go on and on about something with passion. And I've brought that up to one before after many years, and I was given, oh, well, that's just not my personality. And I think, what? Fake. Because everybody has viewpoints, everybody has ideas, everyone has opinions. So to say that sounds like a cop-out. Sounds like they're wearing a mask and don't want to have to take it off because they're not prepared for that. The regular person should be able to elaborate on something they feel strongly, or they should be able to clarify their viewpoint, share it openly, even if it differs from yours. Tell you why they feel this way. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but that's absent with these types of creatures. It's the gap. You thinking, oh, this is just a strong, silent, intelligent type. It doesn't say a lot. And you take it out, thinking one day it will. Well, it doesn't. Or if it does, it's fake. Keep in mind, you're not dealing with a person who really believes that. You're dealing with a person who's hearing you say you believe that, and in effort to try to appeal to you, they're claiming to feel the same way.
I am the Narcopath.
Oh, no, you ain't, bitch. I'm the
Who do you think you are,
Who do you
honey?
think you are?
You ain't no Narcopath, honey. Give it a rest. You're ugly. I'm beautiful.
Oh, God. Since got a little extra time, I've been able to go through some of TJ's things and some of the stuff he's been doing videos on. Oh my God, I found this book. Why does he do that? Well, honey, it don't apply to me because I'm a she. But when I was a he, I did some of this stuff, and I think, who writes these books? We don't want our secrets known. I was reading one about the water torturer and thought that's what I did to my exes. It talks about how they do whatever we do, and then when the partner expresses concern, we show a normal straight face and you're misunderstanding something. And they'd fall for it and end up going crazy. Like, I'd be identified doing something I shouldn't, and I would just tell the story a whole different way. And when partners kept after me, I'd say, honey, you're crazy. Just like it says here. You fly off the handle at nothing. That was one of my lines.
Who wrote this book? And yes, I always convinced other people that you were the one who was mentally ill because you acted so nervous and I acted so normal. When we were having arguments, even in public, I always stayed calm, and you were the one who always flipped a lid and jumped out and screamed. I'd look to my friends or your friends that I made and I'd say, see, I told you, he's unstable. And it worked because I'm great.
So, I hear you've been telling people again that I used you? Well, honey, I didn't use you any more than you used me. Everybody uses everybody. So there. Get off that white horse you ride on. You think you're so perfect. Well, you're not.